Good afternoon, everybody. It is a pleasure being present out here. I would first thank Rotary and the Rotaract Club for inviting me out here. Uh, just to make a little light about things. Uh, I was a Rotaractor myself 20 years back. And it was always a thought that, I would be able to present one day or the other at a Rotary function or a Rotaract function where people would recognize me. And I should thank Rotary and the Rotaract for inviting me here to talk about MS uh, and the disabilities or special abilities that we have. I would be switching on a presentation, probably a 5-slide presentation if you don't mind, and I can explain it much better.
Not an issue, sir. Please go ahead.
Just a minute. Oops. Just a minute. I'm so sorry for the.
No problem at all.
Oh. Okay. What is multiple sclerosis? Sorry about that. Is it okay if I shut down my video for a minute, if you don't mind?
Sure, not
Yeah,
an issue.
sure, should be fine, sure.
Yeah. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay, multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disorder. Oops, what? Okay, multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disorder of the central nervous system. What happens in multiple sclerosis? Now, multiple sclerosis, like I said, is a demyelinating uh, a disorder which is caused because the immune system hits our own central nervous system. Now, what you see in the picture is the central nervous system in brown color, and what you see down is the disabled, uh, the fractured central nervous system that you can see. Now, what happens is like the signal that goes to the brain goes haywire. Now it's similar to your charging wire that you have, where you sometimes the signal goes to the charger and sometimes it doesn't. That's when it goes haywire. Now, when I talk about going haywire, if I want to go to the right, I can go. My brain says go to the left, so I walk right and left. That's when people start thinking, "Oh, this guy is drunk." I start talking, I start slurring. I have something called nystagmus where my eyes keep going left and right. So when I look at somebody, the entire picture that I see is going in circles. So I'm not too sure what that person is doing or what that person is reacting. Now, multiple sclerosis has got so many different disorders that you can talk about. Uh, it's a cumulative uh, disease where you have all these kinds of problems. Now you can have numbness, electric shock sensations, tremors, lack of coordination, unsteady gait, vision issues, slurred speech, fatigue, dizziness, tingling, and you have bowel and urinary incontinence. Now, these are all put together into one multiple sclerosis. Today, when we talk about a disorder that people have, they talk about one particular symptoms, but everything together in one disease is what MS is all about. Tomorrow morning, when I get up, I do not know what I will go through during the day. It could be anything. It could be to an extent that you could go half blind, you could get paralyzed, your hand will stop working, your legs, you refuse to talk after that, you could become paralyzed also. Now, these are all put together into one MS that we talk about. Now, what are the different diagnoses that we do that can, to confirm you have MS is you have a blood test, you have lumbar puncture, that's the spinal cord tap, you have MRIs, and you have evoked potential tests. Now, if you look at the diagnosis that is present today, it's one of the most expensive diseases that you can talk about. Uh, just to give you an example, I used to take 4 injections in a month, which used to cost me $40,000. Now, that's not a small amount for an MS patient. Now, the worst part is that MS hits during the young adult. When you're at your prime of your age, MS hits you. It hits you anywhere between the age of 15 and the age of 40. So your prime adulthood is lost. Now, how did I come out of it? I will tell you a little later. What is the kind of treatment that you have? You have treatments which talks about injections, which you talk about medicines, disease-modifying treatments. Now, these are not cure for multiple sclerosis. These are basically helping you sustain what you're going through right now and to ensure that you do not have more symptoms. Now, if you look at my story, now what you see here is me standing with a beautiful lady. What you don't see is me holding on to a stick and actually holding on to the lady because I'm not able to balance myself. My journey started off around about 6 years back with MS. Till then, I had around about 20 years, 21 plus years of sales experience where I was a swanky salesperson going about doing what a typical sales guy does. Till 6 years back when I was diagnosed with MS, and that's primarily because a watchman told my mother at 7 in the morning that I couldn't come inside the office, passport office, where because I was drunk. I was slurring a lot, I couldn't walk straight, and this were the issues that people saw me as. Now, believe me if I say this, these 6 years have been the best years of my life. Like everybody talks about how is 2020. For me, it is one of the best years of my life. Uh, for around about, out of the 46 years, for around about 35 years, I would have probably taken 5 photographs in total. And today, I am walking the ramp, which is because of multiple sclerosis. When I talk about what I go through, what I how I achieve myself is when I say that okay, when I say that being called an nincompoop, being called a drunkard, all that is part of life. But then I literally bulldozed my way out to show who I am and what I am. It all started with a photography exhibition that happened last year, where I became the model for becoming showing the invisible symptoms of MS. Now, most of the diseases have a visible symptom. MS has got most of the problems as the invisible symptoms. Now, the way people look at me is that, this fellow cannot do any, this fellow cannot do anything. This fellow, I'm so sorry about this. Yeah. So when I became a model, I got myself recognized as a model. I started doing work as a model, and today I am known as a person with a walking stick. That's how my story goes. Now, what people don't want is sympathy. They do not want sympathy. Like what Akshita said earlier, people look at us with sympathy, and that's something that we do not want. And how people go about taking it is because people cannot see what I am going through. I know what I'm going through, and people who are, people who are going through what I'm going through, they understand this. Basically, there are around about 3,000 patients, registered patients with uh, MS, and there should be close to 1 lakh or a little more than that patients across India. Now, today, what Rotary has done is recognized me and as the unsung hero, and I am really grateful to Rotary for being recognized as an unsung hero, which is something that I've not seen in the 40 years of my life. And today, people talk to me as a person who can speak about MS and what people go through. I think I'll stop with that. Thank you so much, and I'm open to questions. I'm sorry if I've bungled up the whole thing, but
No,
then
sir, absolutely fine. You are really inspiring to all of us. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. And we will have the Q&A now. So if anybody have any questions, you can raise your hand and Srinidhi will be unmuting you, or you can post your questions in the chat box.
Yes, sir. We wish to see you, sir.
I will on. Sorry about that.
Yes, yes. Not an issue. So we are really inspired by your life. So we request participants to pour in your questions through the chat box, or you can raise hand and we can unmute you.
I
As the
I just
participants take time to
I'll just
type
put
in
in
the
a point if
questions,
I
I have
can.
a
Rotary works for MS. Rotary works for multiple sclerosis. Rotary has got an action group for MS where they're doing an awesome job where they are encouraging people to come out and understand what MS is all about, and deal with MS also.
thank you,
I
sir.
have a question to Arun Mohan, sir. So, how is the transition like you being when you discovered that you were a person with multiple sclerosis? So, how emotionally and how practically did you pick up that and you are so strong now?
Okay. I follow a simple principle in my life. Past is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is life, a gift that you have. And I live today. I don't think about tomorrow. I don't think about what I have to do 5 years from now or 10 years from now. I live only for today. And I'm very happy doing that because then I've given my full potential today. I don't think about tomorrow.
Wow. That's nice, sir. Thank you so much.
We have Dr. D. Gopi who has raised hand. Sir, I hand it over to you for the question.
Hi, Arun. This is Gopi from Madurai.
Hello, Gopi.
Yeah, it's good to hear your talk about multiple sclerosis. Is there any solution available so that people can understand our uncertainties in life? From your side, can you give any suggestions?
Okay. As of today, there is no cure. The reason there is no cure is because today it is the known cause of MS is not there. So when you don't have the known cause itself, then how is the cure which is going to come up? And this is the scenario across the globe that we can talk about. It's not just India. India has got a very less, comparatively, much more lesser people who are affected by multiple sclerosis than people across the globe. So since there is no idea of why MS happens, there is no cure also.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gopi.
Thank you, sir. A relatable question. So we know that Parkinson's disease is also something related to the non-controllable body movements, especially during the old age. Correct me
Yes.
if I'm wrong. So what is the difference between multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease?
Now, multiple sclerosis hits you during your young adulthood. It's the primarily age which when people are affected or people get to know that they have MS is the age group between 15 and 40. Now that's the time when you start your adulthood. That's the time when you start working, and when you're diagnosed with MS, you lose most of your hope of working. Or I have difficulties holding a pen. I can't write. For me, I have difficulty when I have to read. For me, if I'm looking at the screen, you're shaking for me. And when I'm saying shaking, my eyes are going right and left. My head is going up and down. So for me, the entire picture is going in circles. So that becomes difficult. Now, like I said, MS people do not want sympathy. It's not only MS, any person who is diagnosed with any kind of disability do not want sympathy at all. They want encouragement. They want somebody to listen to, and that's what I did when I became a life coach. I became a listening ear to everybody who is going through a disability. Most people across India or across anywhere for that matter think that the moment you are disabled, your brain stops functioning, and that's something that people don't want. They want to be heard, they want to be listened, and they want to participate in the normal society that we are talking about.